Hello, my name is Monique, and this is Alexis, and we are with Vibe Realty in Abbotsford.
And we're here with our June 2025 market update, where we're going to talk about what happened last month in May.
Yeah, so we're going to jump right into detached homes. Sales have increased by 6.8% from what they were doing at this time last year, but by 50% from last month.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're seeing a little surge in sales. That's nice to hear because that has not been the case the last couple of months.
No, last month was down.
Yeah.
New listings are also up by 19.1% from last month, 11.8% from what they were doing at this time last year.
Yeah. Okay. So we're still seeing lots of new listings.
Yeah.
Yes.
The median price, however, has decreased by 3.7%, both from last year as well as from last month. What's our new median?
Our median is $1,162,500.
Yeah. The average price has decreased by 6.9% from last year, and it's down 5.9% from last month.
Okay. And our new average is $1,185,000.
All right. Tell me about townhouses.
Townhouses are also up as far as sales goes.
Okay.
Since last year, they're up 24.5%. Since last month, they're up a whopping 90.6%.
Wow.
So that's a pretty dramatic jump.
That is a big jump.
So we're seeing a lot of interest and demand in townhomes right now.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. They're kind of the middle.
Absolutely.
You can upgrade or downgrade to a townhouse very easily. New listings are also up since last year, 8.5%, and up since last month, 11.7%.
Nice.
Our median price is down since last year, which is not surprising. There's a lot of inventory and not as much demand. It's just basic rule of economy. They are up, though, since last month by 6.6%. So our new median is what?
700,000.
Even.
Yeah.
All right. Our average is also down since last year, 2.9%. And it is up by 6% since last month, making it
Just over 707,000.
oh, they're very close.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty accurate then.
So, condos, apartments, they are, well, they're having a moment, and it's not a good moment. They've sat down.
Yes.
Their sales are down by 31.1% from what they were doing at this time last year.
And they're also down the month before that.
They were,
well.
but townhouses were down as well.
Yes. Yes. So they're
Last month when we were talking about.
Yeah.
So
Not as popular right now.
not as popular. The sales have increased from last month by 15.9%, so that is nice. But I just want to remind you that townhouses, they have increased their sales by 90.6% from last month.
Yeah.
And detached homes by 50% from last month.
Yes.
So the fact that apartments have only increased by 15.9%, yes, it's an increase, but not a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not as popular.
No, I don't know. New listings are up by 8% from last year, and 10.2% from last month. Okay. So we're still seeing a good amount of new.
Yeah, across the board.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The median price has decreased by 3.7% from last year, but it has increased by 2.2% from last month.
Right. Yes.
So,
our new median is $425,000.
Our average price has also decreased by 1.9%.
That's the theme.
So not a lot. And it has only increased by 0.1% from last month. Yeah. So barely anything. What's our new average?
Our new average is $446,500. So across the board, we're seeing definitely some more activity for spring. It was a little bit delayed as far as buyers coming out of the woodwork. It seems like most sellers were ready in January. If you remember our February update, we talked about a huge surge of listings in January. And I think buyers are now
surprising because normally January is not when we see a giant surge.
No.
But it seemed like they were really excited out of the gate, and buyers were not quite prepared.
No. So or they just were not liking the interest rates at the time. And you know what? We're seeing prices accommodate that. So sales to active listing ratio, this is kind of the pulse of the market, so to speak, or a little snapshot of how it's going. You'll remember a balanced market is between 12 and 20%.
That's right.
Last month, both Abbotsford and all of the Fraser Valley was at 11.7%. So we had
they were both the same.
And we had kind of put our toes into a buyer's market last month. That is gone. It has increased now. At least for Abbotsford, it's increased a lot.
Tick up.
That's right. Yeah. So for Abbotsford, it's 16.5%.
Okay.
Which is very much a balanced market. Kind of, going into the top of a balanced market, maybe even to a seller's market. We'll see how the next months go for Abbotsford.
It is surprising to see that much of a jump.
It is
in
huge.
1 month.
Yes. Yeah. And compared to all of Fraser Valley, where it's just done a little uptick to 12.6%. So we're just back into a balanced market for all of Fraser Valley. But we always say Abbotsford seems to be a little micro pocket of desirability. We tend to track a little bit higher on the sales to active listing ratio. I wonder if that's going to sustain, or if what do you guys think?
Well, Abbotsford has a lot to offer.
It does, absolutely.
Yeah, we've talked about everything in Abbotsford. We have it all.
Yeah,
Or at least it feels like it.
Yeah. Bank of Canada.
Bank of Canada. So they held their rates at 2.75%.
They're being cautious.
They are being cautious.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of economic uncertainty in Canada as well as the globe. So they are just, trying to keep this probably the status quo. And a lot of experts say probably it'll stay like that for the summer, and maybe in the fall they might start reducing, depending on, what happens.
They are meeting again on July 30th.
Yes.
So we will find out if they decide to hold or maybe drop it again.
Yeah.
But
we'll see.
At this point, we are not anticipating seeing it go up.
We'd love to hear your thoughts about that. What do you guys predict? If there's any information you'd like from us, definitely give us a shout. Message us.
We appreciate it.
We love that.
Sharing, liking, all of that, subscribing to our videos helps the algorithm so other people can check us out. We really appreciate your support. And we love your questions. So
we love to give you the information.
Yeah.
We get stats from our board every month, and we want to share that with you, and we want to help you make educated decisions about your life. It's a huge decision to sell or buy. So, we're here to help.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, and we will see you again next month.
Bye.
Bye.